Okay, so on to the memory keeping journaling. So I've got a few photos printed out already. I'm also going to print a few photos on my Canon Selfie Square mini printer, which you can see in the shot now. So I tend to print my photos on matte photo paper using my big printer, which I think is an Epson XP8600, I think. But I find if there's any kind of darkness or like black in the photo, it prints really darkly. So, and you lose the detail. And so I print a mix. So if there are any pictures where I want the colours to be more true, then I'll print on my Canon Selfie Square. And you can see there it just prints out nice square kind of Polaroid style photos. They are sticky, but they're like not sticky at all, so you do have to adhere them as well. But yeah, I'm just printing out a couple of photos. So this spread is going to be documenting New Year's Day, and I had quite a fun, nice, happy New Year's Day. I baked my first ever loaf of bread, which was really cool. One of my goals this year is to get more into baking bread and like do more baking and everything, because I really love cooking and baking, but I find like if I'm busy, that's the first thing to go. Well, actually cleaning is the first thing to go, but yeah, so I really enjoy doing it. I find it really meditative, and it makes me really happy. So yeah, I want to focus on that more. And then I did like a big year ahead card reading, and those are those photos that I'm printing out. So I've printed out my photos in a couple of different sizes. I use a Windows computer, and that's connected to my I've got tongue-tied. I use a Windows computer that's connected to my printer. Oh, you can see there, that's like the difference. And yeah, anyway, you can pick like different templates to print from. So you can print like 4 to an A4 page, which is kind of like letter size if you're in the States, or like 9 kind of wallet size. So I like to print a mix to add a bit of variety. And I'm just cutting out some collage sheet images from Courtney Diaz, Little Raven Inc.'s Patreon. They're so cute. I really loved her January sheets with all like the flowers and monsters and stuff. So when I am creating a spread like this, I like to get all of my photos ready first, and then I'll kind of look at like, is there a kind of colour scheme to any of the photos? Are there any sort of colours or tones I can pull out? Or with the ephemera I've got, are there any kind of recurring colour themes as well? So here you can see there's that sort of yellowy monster. With the sort of ephemera packs I put together for my January journal with in the vintage chocolate tins, I kind of did quite like a bluey theme, and that goes really well with like orangey yellow. You can see in the photos of my card spreads, my cloth that I put on the floor before doing my card reading, that's got a lot of orange in it as well, kind of ochre-y tones. So I think going for those kind of colours will look nice, and it will help everything look quite cohesive as well. But I don't know exactly what ephemera I want to use at this point. I'm just kind of collating everything together. So now I've gone through the collage sheets from Courtney. I'm just going through my other ephemera, and I love those pieces of paper from the stationery selection box that have those hints of neon. I'm so into neon at the moment. I really love it. So definitely want to use that. And yeah, I'm just kind of looking through and pulling out bits and bobs that either will go with the spread. So I've got like those stickers which have like coffee on, and I have some tape that is little bunnies, but like bread roll bunnies. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I pull them out. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking and seeing if there's anything that, yeah, so there's like a little bread sticker. I have a lot of bread-based stationery. Bread is great. So yeah, and so I'm just basically making like a big old pile. When I was doing this, like I like to, watch like YouTube videos or vlogs or like other journaling videos when I'm journaling as well. And yeah, so I've got that playing in the background. I think I was adjusting my volume or something on the computer, and then just looking to see if I want to add any like number date stickers. In my other creative journals, I've been quite diligent about dating things, but with this journal, for some reason, I'm recording this voicemail after the fact. Voicemail? Oh gosh. Rusty. I'm recording this voiceover after the fact. It's actually like nearly the end of January now. But yeah, I haven't been as diligent with like putting little dates. I've just written the dates and stuff really. That picture underneath my selfie is I screenshotted that off of Instagram. So whenever I do that, I make sure to include like the creator's like handle and stuff on it. I can't remember off the top of my head who made that artwork. I'll hopefully be able to read it off the screen when I see it again. But yeah, this is just, my journal, my personal journal. So that, if I can, I'll buy prints or like digital downloads to like support the artists as well. But sometimes, if they're in a different country, I can't get a hold of their prints or something. So what I've done is I've cut out some of the photos. So you can see there's like the loaf of bread before it baked and the finished bread. How many times can I say bread in this voiceover? And then I will kind of play around with different positionings on the page and overlapping things, seeing like what sort of layouts work before I kind of commit to sticking things down. I really enjoy this part. It's fun, like, to just sort of work out, like, slot like as much stuff onto the page as possible. And then what I will normally do is, once I'm happy with the position of everything, I will actually take a photo of it on my phone, and then stick everything down. I can refer back to that photo in terms of like positioning and stuff. One thing I would really like to do with my journaling this year is add a bit more writing to the spreads, because last year I just didn't journal right like that much at all. I think I was just so busy and so time poor as well. I just didn't have space to like add that writing. But yeah, this year I want to add like a bit more kind of thoughts and like input at the time. And so what I'm doing is I'm just kind of going through my gel pen collection to find a pen that's a similar shade to that neon grid on that paper, and I'm just sort of drawing wonky little lines to journal in. I really like this way of adding spots for journaling. I think it adds a bit of interest to the page, adds a splash of colour, and I have quite big loopy writing, so that's why you probably can't see so clearly on this, but there's a very faint grid in this notebook, so I do like 2 squares per line, and then I've just got one of my watercolour pencils, I think it's Derwent, and I'm just adding like a nice like scribbly border to again just add like some more colour. And that is the finished spread, so I'm really happy with how it turned out. Hopefully you have enjoyed watching this video and found it inspiring. I'll just do a really brief flip through of the journal setup so far, and I'll be back at the end of the month or the start of the next month to do a little chatty flip through of how the journal turned out. Thanks for watching. Bye!